Oh no, it's Mark! Hey, what's up, guys? It's Mark Yoon here. Today we're going to be talking about the newest Injustice DLC character, Starfire. This is one of the characters that I was actually more excited about out of the list. I like her moveset is based on close act. It's actually a ranged moveset, but it's made to kind of stun the enemy and put them off guard so you can move in close for a lengthy combo. She has like a lot of really cool ranged attacks and energy attack moves. My favorite probably being this move, it's her down back and X move, her special, where she'll actually like bend down to the ground and do like a diagonal like helicopter move with like lasers coming out of her hands, and it's pretty elegant to look at. I really like the way it looks. She also obviously throws fireballs and energy blasts. You could do ranged with her, which is pretty unique. So when you're throwing her actual energy matter or energy balls, you can do like, I think it's like a down, back, and triangle. And if you do like down, back, and triangle, and then like up, you'll do like the furthest distance that it can go. And then you can do like down, which will go like the shortest, and over, which would be like medium distance. So you can pretty much cover the entire area with her attacks, which is actually a really good tactic to use when you're trying to get in close to an enemy that has pretty lengthy combos, say like Atrocitus or whatnot. I enjoyed using her so far. She's pretty nimble and pretty quick. She can move across the map pretty fast, so that was a good point for me. Her special, her character trait, her character ability is pretty much along the same lines as Supergirl's. You'll get like two major blasts. You can get like a zap, where you can like hold it down and get like two major blasts. And of course, you can always do the enhanced attack by pressing R2 afterwards, which will do like kind of like a Nova Blast out of it. Her special's actually really useful, especially because you can string it with combos, and you can also make sure that you can set your opponent up for an ultimate attack to put them on the defensive. So her character design is also really cool. Like, I like the way that they did it. She has like the classic like Tamaranian guard. She looks like I thought she would look in the game. There are some like little nuances or differences that I actually didn't expect, or things that like I thought would look differently, but when she's in like action, when she's actually fluid, I think it does look pretty good. So I have no qualms at all about how her character design itself turned out. When she does her close-up range, there's also a lot of cool attacks that she can use, where if you press like triangle, over being towards the enemy, she'll do like a forward dash punch, kind of like Doomsday used to, and then she'll like flip over and do a kick, and you can actually combo that into a grab also. So that's actually pretty useful. She also has lasers that she uses for her uppercut and for her sweep attack, so both of those are eye lasers. So keep that in mind when you're actually moving in close, because it can get hindered if you're about to get punched or something like that. It's not just like an easy sweep kick, it's a downward blast and an upward blast, respectively. There's a lot more nuance to the character than I thought there was going to be. I thought she was pretty much only going to be ranged, but she's pretty much a ranged character in order to get in close. So I actually really like the way that they implemented her attack sequencing. Depending on what character she's going up against, she may have a harder time. Like if she's going up against somebody like Supergirl, who has the distanced eye blazers, or if she's going against somebody like Atrocitus, who can cover a lot of ground really quickly, especially with his forward punching motion, she's going to have a little bit harder of a time. But again, like I said, if you do that that ranged blast to catch them off guard, and then combine that with her eye laser, her character trait, and maybe a hand blast, you'll be able to close the gap pretty easily. It's not going to be that difficult to use. She also has this really cool move where she flies up in the air and like spins around backwards and kind of flies into you while she's on fire. I didn't find it that useful unless it's like an actual character that's in the air for like an actual aerial like counter. Especially in the multiverse when there's a lot of stuff going on. Like I had a lot of problems and troubles with that when there was a lot of ice falling down and it would freeze my character. Sorry if there's a lot of noise too. One of the other apartments is having construction done. I can't really help that. And she is pretty strong too. Like her damage ratio is pretty good. She's not like a sliver character like someone like Red Hood. Like she does take away a decent amount of damage, especially with her punches when you do enhanced combos and whatnot. Her super move, her super attack is pretty cool. She practically flies you into the air. It's pretty much, it's kind of like another Supergirl attack, I'd kind of say, like, but instead of Supergirl knocking you into the sky and then beating you to the earth with an eye blast, she actually explodes and does like a Nova blast in midair, which sends you flying, and it does pretty decent damage too. And that can be incorporated into combos as well. So overall, like, I am happy with the character. I like the way she is designed and I like the way she moves. I'm going to be using her a lot in combat. I played with her a little bit today for a few hours to make this video, and she was relatively easy to pick up. So if you know the basic Mortal Kombat stratagem, you're not going to have a hard time with her. She's not going to be as finicky as someone like Red Hood was, who you have to actually have time with the character because he has a pretty steep learning curve. There's also obviously a lot of good character creation options for her. She has a lot of good gear. I didn't get too much of it. I did actually spend the 5,000 crystals to get her tournament gold gear because I think the gold and the black looks really well together with her character design because the orange skin and the red hair. But I don't recommend spending those crystals to get that, like, unless like you really want it for that character. Like, I was gonna get it for Batman, but I have like my custom Batman looks pretty much the same with the silver than he doesn't, so it didn't really make a difference either way. Obviously you're gonna have to play with her a lot. I didn't get a chance to play with her multiverse level because I was busy recording other videos and doing more art and stuff like that. That's why this video is like a day late. But I'm sure she's going to have awesome epic gear. Like, I didn't see much of it, but I'm going to put on the screen while you're watching this some of the examples of her gear. I'm also going to have her move list, her special move list on there so you can see what kind of move she does. And yeah, my friend Ragnarok Enterprises also made a video, so if you want to check his out, I'll put the link to his video in the description box below, as well as his channel. He has a different take on the character, so it's good to make your own opinions based on not only yourself playing with the character, but if you're really not sure about purchasing the character yet, if you didn't have the season pass, I do recommend her. I do think she is worth it for all play styles. But if you want to get more opinions and gather them all yourself, like I said, you can click on Rich's video and give him a shout out and let him know that I sent you to his channel. And I think that's going to be it for today, guys. Just remember, stay powered up and have fun with the game.
Enjoy the rest of the video.